Pardon that I'm slightly behind. How are you? Thank you for being here. I fully intend on having a good live today. I have a couple topics that I want to talk about. I'm going to do my best to give you these topics in the best way I can. I'm going to do my best to speak clearly and recall all my notes and all the things that I know and that I've been reading. I do not have a laptop in front of me. I'm reading handwritten notes, but I just plan on having a very productive conversation today. I'm waiting on more people to join, but while I'm waiting, hi, welcome in. More people have just come in. As I'm waiting for people to join, I'm going to go ahead and mention that you can watch this on the replay. I love my replay gang. Hi, Micah. Shout out to my replay gang. I appreciate you all. There is a new episode up on the podcast. If you would like to go listen, you know that I promote the podcast because it is mine. I pay for it because I want to be able to say what I want to say without being demonetized, having my page taken, or being shadow banned any further. With that being said, I'm an independent woman. I do all this on my own. I do have a link to my Venmo if you would like to donate to what I do, if you care, if you like the content and you feel like I bring value to your life, I would happily accept a donation. But in the meantime, happy Friday. I do not recall. I told you guys this. Hi, Dion. Good to see you. I told you guys this in the podcast. Comment if you have listened to the podcast and if you like the podcast and did you hear today's episode. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because I'm always posting on Instagram and I'm always, I'm active. And the beauty of not really being bogged down with a job right now is just having the privilege to have more of my free time and to do what I love to do because I love to make content. And I'm even making hair content. I have another TikTok and YouTube called TT Do You Love Us? Literally the letters TT and then Do You Love Us spelled the proper English way, all one word. And I'm going to be posting hair content on there because I feel like I just have something to add into the beauty space. But with that being said, I was telling you guys on the podcast as well that I have had a hard time keeping up with time. I thought today was Thursday, but it's actually Friday. And it's like that when you're doing what you love to do. Time just really passes by so quickly. How was you guys this week? Was it a good week? How was your Friday? Do you have any plans this weekend? I'm just thinking about maybe taking a mini vacation or something. And just what that'll look like and how I'm gonna make that happen. Because again, I don't have a job. But I can make money if I want to make money. So it's just about like working and putting my mind to it. But anywho, you've been hungover? Ooh, I don't drink anymore. I have my vices, but I don't drink anymore. I actually went back to eating red meat because you know what I think is really more toxic than red meat? I think it's the chicken. The chicken is really weird. So I'm just like, I'm good off the chicken. You barely do? Okay, good. Well, for me, I just, I told you guys, I think I mentioned that gluten really messes me up, but I've been doing good. I've been eating right. I've been eating my spices. I've been sleeping. I've been working out. Like, it's just, I love having my time, my free time. I love it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like having my free time. But yeah, because I've been having my free time, I've been taking your locks out, taking my twist locks out. Okay, I feel that. Hi from America. Isn't Liverpool, is in the UK? Is it in the UK? Is it in England? Ciao. I'm showing my American. I have traveled to like warm countries. Like I've traveled to Mexico and like the Caribbean. I haven't gone to Europe yet. I like it warm and tropical. That's me. Okay, anywho. Um Today's Friday. It's the weekend. It's in England. I'm from New Orleans, but I live in Texas. Um Today's Friday. What are y'all doing this weekend? What's up this weekend? Um yeah, today is 8/8, and people have been talking about Lionsgate. I kind of have been like hesitant to kick off that conversation. That's why I'm just like, yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. Because I'm like, do I really even want to acknowledge the Lionsgate thing? But yes, I do. Today's people are talking about Lionsgate, and I came across this person. I didn't even, I mean, I know about it, but I don't really engage too much with like spiritual new age that much anymore, so I don't really care that it's Lionsgate. I mean, to an extent, I do kind of feel like the 8/8 is interesting. um it might mean something, but on the other hand, you know what, somebody today made a video that touched me, and she was just like, these people are like promoting this, and it is a portal, but it's not a portal for you. It's not a portal that you made. And if you keep if you keep putting energy and intentions around this portal, you could end up like trapped in like a loop. And she was saying that that's what a lot of new age aims to do, and I believe her. I know that that's true. New age does have um the intention to keep you like spinning your wheels, and that's how I realized that with how they treat the new and the full moon. Like it seems like every time you turn around, because the moon moves fast, the moon transits every like 2.5 days, and every 28 days I believe it makes a full cycle. So when you think about like how often there's a new and a full moon, it's like if you are always doing rituals and intentions around that time, you're always doing work. And it's just like I feel like if the shit is really legit, you shouldn't always have to be working. And it's like, you know why? Because like that's how it is with like Jesus. Like with Jesus, you need to pray. But that should be what you're doing every day. You shouldn't be waiting for a particular time to pray. Like you just pray when you need to pray. And like you good. You know what I mean? It's just a different type of feeling, a different type of experience, and it's a lot more peaceful than constantly just candles and cauldrons and rituals, candles and cauldrons and rituals, candles and cauldrons and rituals. And the people in the music industry, because I realized this too, like before I even stopped like really thinking or engaging too much in free age for a new age, I was thinking that I was like, bro, like dude, if everything is supposed to be magic, like you're doing magic all the time, you're consumed with it. And that's what it seeks to do. It seeks to like consume your life. And I say all that to say, with the people who are misguided with this stuff, if you are doing, the lady was saying, if you're doing any magic today, you could be harming yourself by trapping yourself in a loop that again was set out for you. And I think that that's important, because you know what, hey Ken, good to see you. Like Unplug'em says, and he's another content creator that I really like to watch. I've learned a lot from him. I always shout him out when I can. um he talks about, again, the new age movement it's set up in a way where like things are put in place to like keep you like following the breadcrumbs. And I know that that's true, because there are many of us, Polo, that they're you are in here wilding today. I'm very flattered. I think that there's some truth to astrology, like there's patterns in it, but I just, I am proud and blessed to have Christ in my life. Hi, Patrick. Um, so what I'm saying is this: for those of us who want the truth, the elites know that there are people who want the truth. No, you didn't miss the topics. Um, in tropical astrology, I'm a Sagittarius. In Vedic, I'm a Scorpio, because their snapshot of the sky is different, and I feel like Vedic is more accurate. But here's another thing, you guys, that I want to talk about for real, and I've been meaning to talk about this. You should not take astrology too serious, because They don't consider, I'm not a, oh, you're a Capricorn? Okay. Shout out to you. Y'all always have money. When it comes to, thank you, Amanda. I really thank you. I do my best. I try to eat right. I don't have any makeup on. I don't know if this is on. No, it's not even on. The retouch is not even on. But I try to eat right. I take supplements. I drink water. I drink tea, ginger, spices. Again, no gluten, no dairy. I don't eat a lot of fatty foods. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't drink. I do have vices, but I make sure to work out, get sunlight. Like, I don't overdo my routine. Like, I really do my best. You're Mexican, Polo the third? Okay. Shout out to you. Hola. I'm not being racist. Okay, thank you, Can't. Okay, guys, I'm trying to stay focused. With New Age, there's this push, like, oh, sorry, I'm trying to pick up where it was. With New Age, the elites know that there are people who want the truth. And as they go looking for the truth, there are particular little, like, yes, little things that are planted along the way to misguide you and to confuse you from the truth. And that's what New Age is, because people are tired of the old systems. People are tired of um, dogma. People are tired of conforming. People are tired of judgment. People are tired of having morals. People are tired of being lied to. People are tired of things being hidden. You know what I'm saying? Secrecy, occult, like they're tired of that. And so they want the truth. They want to be enlightened. They want the truth. And as they seek the truth, I didn't say no. I just said, you said my Mexicanism. And I was like, that's a weird way to say that. That's why I asked, like, were you Mexican? Because I was like, that's a strange way to um, say that you were, to communicate that you were. Okay. Anywho, so things are put in front of you to misguide you. People want the truth. They do, which is how I have a following. People want the truth. Um, but they don't want you to know the truth. And the truth is that Jesus is the only way. So you don't need to, like, okay. I'm trying to stay focused because there are people in here who are chatting. Here's how I'm trying to put this. Thank you, Salacia. Here's how I'm trying to put this. It doesn't matter if today is Monday or Friday. It doesn't matter if it's Leo season. It doesn't matter if it's the autumn equinox. It doesn't matter, like, what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, these things do not matter. What matters is Jesus. When you have Jesus in your life, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a Sagittarius. It doesn't matter if you're, like, none of those things matter. That's what the New Age movement fails to understand. That's what they haven't realized yet. That's the ultimate truth. What's something else that I'm trying to say? That I was gonna say. Okay, with the zodiac signs and when we're talking about astrology, there is some truth. There are some patterns, but at the end of the day, they do the calendars that we are given, whether Vedic or tropical, if they don't account for Ophiuchus, I just feel like that dawned on me one day, and I was like, that's why I can't take this stuff too serious anymore. Because you know what? We're supposed to have 13 months in a year, but we don't. If we followed the moon, that's why they sound like the whole calendar is off. The whole calendar is off. And so that messes with our time and our perception of things. The moon makes 13 full cycles in a year. So if they're not gonna account for that celestial group that makes up Ophiuchus, then it's just like, how do we know any of the zodiac or anything that they're saying is true? I just feel like if they included that into their readings and in their study, maybe I could take it more serious. But once that hit me, I was like, I can't take this shit too serious. Like, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And again, when you have Jesus in your life, it doesn't really matter anyway. Does God have a name? I believe it's Yahweh. Some people call him Jesus. Are you trolling? Okay. Moving on, you guys. Be careful with New Age. This Lions Gate might be a portal again, but it may not be the portal for you. Don't get stuck in the matrix. Don't get stuck in a loop. Okay. We're having a rough start. I feel like we are. Let me pick this up. Do you guys want to talk about earthquakes in New York? The longest I have fasted is 24 hours. It makes me feel sick. I can't be fasting right now. My doctor let me know. Like when I told you I had to go to the doctor and some stuff. I couldn't deal with any more fasting. I'm trying to stay alive. If my blood sugar drops too low, that could put me in a hospital. So, absolutely not. No more. I eat. Okay, yes, earthquakes in New York. I don't know if it's reality or not. There's a lot going on in New York, weather and environment wise. People are saying that the city is sinking because of the weight of all the buildings. I could see that. And then there are people who are saying, well, I believe that with the earthquakes, again, it could be natural. It could be God trying to wake people up and tell them, like, cut the bullshit, maybe. Or maybe it could be um, by design because maybe they want to turn New York into a smart city. Something to think about. There has been a lot of disaster in a lot of major cities. I believe somewhere in North Carolina, and I believe California, I heard about some more fires out there. I'm like, Lord, how many fires are they going to have? And I believe Miami is sinking too. It's a lot of stuff going on environment wise in major cities. But one city that's not having problems is Chicago. There's been a lot of flooding in Houston too. With Atlanta, they haven't had anything too crazy. They have Lake Lanier that's going wild, but if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. But I believe Atlanta, I mean, like, they have extreme weather sometimes with, like, oh, yeah, I have to go to Chicago. My mom wants to go. I want to go too. But, because she's been there before. I've never been there before. I've been a lot of places, but I haven't been there yet. So, okay, dope. I want to move to Chicago, but it gets too cold. I always say that. That's why I refuse. I know I'm going to love Chicago, but it's just too cold. I don't like cold weather at all. Not at all. I can't stand it. Like, and it gets very hot in Texas, and sometimes that's annoying too. Like today, I was like, it's just too fucking hot. But the cold, oh, hell no. I don't play like that. I despise cold weather with everything in me. Um, I'd rather it be scorching. Mm. Lil Nay, how am I looking at you? I think we don't have natural disasters, but we're used for negative energy. Salacia, you do have a point. Because I be hearing about things going down in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago I have heard, and just hearing about it is enough. That's why I'm not rushing to go to Chicago because cold? No, babe, we're not doing that. Okay, so yeah, there's an agenda with a lot of the major cities, I believe, to turn them into smart cities. Okay. Let's talk about the plane crashes. So, you know how there's been like a lot of plane crashes lately? I believe that the plane crashes are strategic because this is part of an agenda to launch teleportation. Eventually, because I feel like this because of The Simpsons. I think there's an episode called like Bart to the Future, or like one of their like episodes talking about the future. They show how planes are super unsafe to ride on or ride in, whatever. Planes are, it's unsafe to take a plane for as a mode of transportation. They serve people dog food and like they're just raggedy. They're busted and they are raggedy. And again, technology is growing at such a fast pace when we think about again AI and just the economy and the world around us today, and we're going to talk more about that soon. I think that again, the air we're seeing all these crashes to scare people into not wanting to take planes. So don't be surprised if you continue to see more plane crashes. And if people don't want to take planes, the people will beg for trains because I want luxury trains made. That is such a fun way to travel. I would like a luxury train to be made, but the people don't want the people want luxury trains, but the United States is not. I don't think they're gonna give us anytime soon a really good train system, an efficient train system that can take you from state to state. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to try to push in teleportation because that's what we saw in the symptoms. The people who didn't take the planes they teleported. That could be something, Salacia. You have a point. Salacia says it's so expensive and secretive for flight lessons, and the routes are all over. I think to throw us off from knowing where places really are. There, yeah, because they are lying to us about the maps. Okay. I wanted to take a break. Well, I don't know if I want to go there today. I really don't. I might save that for another day. Let's move into the medical industry. I wanted to say, um, who's they? I don't know. Maybe the powers that be. The powers that be. The elites who wear masks. Okay. So I have written down. There's an agenda with medicine and AI. It's hitting tech and medical industries hard. Yes. AI is causing for thousands of engineers to be laid off, and AI is now trying to put doctors out of work with the invention of like robot masseuse, robot doctors, AI in medicine. And I was mentioning that on the podcast, and I was like, imagine with again robots and AI all up in your healthcare. Imagine how much empathy, and doctors are already not allowed to show you real empathy. Many of them don't. Many of them are desensitized, but I believe medical school also teaches them like you can't be too emotionally involved in the patient. So imagine it's a robot. That'll make it even worse. And I believe more people will die if robots are going to be in charge of your healthcare. Oh, hang it up, babe. You're dead. um, so I have that down. I have that written down. Robots. I also want to talk about sex robots, but here's the thing. I don't think sex robots are a bad idea. There's a lot of freaky, weird people out here, and a lot of them need to take their little freaky ideas to a sex robot. I don't think some people, there are so many people out here who are just, again, who have weird fetishes or sadistic or weird. If they want to get a real life looking sex robot that looks like their dream bitch, then please give them a sex robot, because stop trying to convince women to do anal. Stop trying to convince women to have threesomes. Stop trying to convince women to accept that you're bisexual. If you're DL, then please, you need a sex robot. Stop bringing back diseases here and there. Stop playing with people's emotions. Stop spreading spiritual STDs. Get you a sex robot. I think that these are very necessary inventions. I'm okay. I'm trying to stay focused. Um, especially again if you are living a certain kind of sexual lifestyle, for all of the weird, freaked out, promiscuous people, they just need sex robots. Leave us out of it. Leave the innocent people who want to have a real connection out of it. And I get it. I don't have any desires to throw that ass on a robot, but I'm just saying, um, Joe, I'm just saying, a lot of people need sex robots. Oh Lord, thank God I have moderators. I don't know how to answer your question. What's your overall woke in game scenario? Own a home on my own land, grow food, run a business out of my house, grow food in the backyard, like just own my own shit and be in peace. Okay. So yeah, people need sex robots, but I'm also seeing headlines about robots being made with human cells, synthetic blood being developed, and I believe that maybe in the future we will see 3D printed organs, which will be good because, organ harvesting is an issue, but it will remain an issue. The poor people will probably get the 3D printed ones. That'll still, I'm sure, be pricey, and then the rich people will get the real ones. What about the system? I have no idea. Whatever. Okay. I believe as technology continues to advance, we're going to continue to see the advancement of vaccines. But we're going to see another virus because again, if they're making robots with human cells and they're creating synthetic blood, then they are truly um, planning to make, again, like it's been reported, humans and robot indistinguishable. Which we see this in the show Westworld on HBO, how the robots look just like people, but they're not real. Um, and I believe that how they will do that is making another virus. And that virus will need to be made with, it will need to be followed up with the vaccine. And, again, DNA manipulation, DNA harvesting, that's what they do. And genetic modification. And I mean, they're already deleting chromosomes. And I mean, they're doing so much, right? Hormones and all these things, make this stuff in labs and in petri dishes. So I just believe that there will be another way to transform you, I guess, from the inside out into a more robotic person, and that's exactly what we kind of saw with the, C19. Um, that vaccine was strange, and when we think about the vaccine, right? I believe that some people say that inside of these vaccines are graphene, and the graphene is that black goo that I speak about sometimes, which is like a synthetic blood. It's a synthetic form of blood, and it is linked to it's linked to Satanism, and it's linked to like the devil himself, and it's linked to like technology. I mean, that's kind of how we saw the creation of, again, Predator, or no, Alien. Yes, Alien on Prometheus. Prometheus is a prequel to, I believe, the Predator versus Alien film franchise, and um, again, Alien was created with human DNA mixed with the black goo, and that created this squid-like being that was again like carnivorous, and we consistently see that. Um, okay, we consistently see that theme across television. That's what I was telling you as well with American Horror Story and Red Tide with the black pill, which would turn them into like these siren sea creatures. And then what happened on the second half of that season, we see aliens be introduced. So they're telling us something, and that'll turn, and what will that lead to? More people, I believe, being okay with being in a Hunger Games or a Purge like society if they're mixed with this fallen angel black goo DNA. They won't even know why they're so aggressive. They won't even know why they are so weird, and just doing the money. I want to send you money. Please, please. I have a Venmo link in everywhere. Like on all of my videos, on my website, I have a Venmo link. Do not send me money on YouTube. Directly Venmo me or Zelle me. And don't pretend like you want to send money. If you say you want to send money, send money. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just feel like I don't have time to be played with. And I did ask for donations earlier. Get the fuck out of here. Goodbye. So anywho, I'm noticing this stuff with what's coming. Westworld, I'm just saying, like, there's so much predictive programming. With the advancement of medicine, I'm noticing how TV shows like The Purge, The Hunger Games, or movies and TV shows like The Purge and The Hunger Games, and what's another one? Again, Prometheus, the movie Nope, like Westworld on HBO. Like, there's so much programming that has predicted what is happening. And I continue to tell you that I believe that this black goo is somehow connected to these fallen angels, and these fallen angels have no pigment. Because I also think about the movie Lucy, and it was with Scarlett Johansson was in that film. Lucy is short for Lucifer, and you see like this black goo around her that is connected to like a supercomputer. Like there's a connection there. Something happens to her where she becomes like hyper intelligent and like a bionic woman, and she is blonde hair, blue eyes, right? And I was watching Lovecraft Country the other day. And again, there's a character on that show who's like blonde hair, blue eyes, who is connected again to like this, clearly connected to this fallen angel DNA. Okay. Hey Micah, what's up? Glad you're back. People put up in here acting a fool. But yeah, they want to turn people they want to merge again humans and computers. Another way that they plan to do this is, of course, Neuralink. Neuralink is another way that they will, Neuralink is straight up market a beast, which will definitely turn you into a bot as well. But I believe that they will also do this with vaccines, and another virus to make you take another vaccine. What was I gonna say? The virus might come around the time that 6G is presented. Because I've mentioned this before. I do believe that C19 was a frequency illness because they had, yes, Salacia. Severance was an amazing show. Amazing show. What's something else I was trying to say? Okay, yes, when 3G came out, they had swine flu, I think. And then when 4G came out, they had, I think, like H1N1. And then when 5G came out, they had C119, like, or C19. Like, do you guys see? There's a trend when a new, like, speed of internet comes out, here comes people getting sick. And a lot of it is because they're frying you with these like frequency waves, because like that stuff is all in the air, and I think they're frying us. Okay. Yeah, I've been peeping it, yo. Again, they have universities and like labs in China, like American universities, like I think University of California, and a couple of labs or businesses in China that are again giving out robot massages and doing like robots doing medical procedures. And it's just like, who wants a doctor, a robot doctor, to do a medical procedure? Real doctors are already killing you. Why would I want a robot to give me a medical procedure? Okay. One thing I want to talk about is we're in a transition period. Jobs are still out there, but they're paying very low on purpose. many, and I said, well, first of all, companies are broke. A lot of companies can't pay you well because they don't have the money themselves. There's a lot of businesses that are closing or laying people off because they either really don't have the money or because they're greedy and they want to again employ AI or employ people who are overseas. Yes, they do have the bots doing your job applications. That's going on as well. Um, but again, jobs are out there. I've been getting calls for work, but hi, I think this is my friend from Russia. I've been getting calls for work, but but I've been hanging up on bitches because, come on, 15 an hour. What are you doing? Why are you calling me? Um, and with the high paying jobs, a lot of them aren't calling, and it's just like, well, you know what, whatever, like, I'm not going to be toyed around with. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Okay, okay. So we are in a transition period. I was telling you all on the podcast today, especially again as I've talked about the medical industry, we are going in a time where again holistic healers and all natural healers and medicine doctors, neighborhood medicine doctors, actual real neighborhood pharmacists that sell herbs and potions, apothecaries, you know what I'm saying, things like that are coming back. People definitely need to go back to what community living, trade and bartering, and many people are just leaving the workforce entirely because they're tired. They're focusing again on being content creators and working for themselves, or just like just completely leaving the matrix. A lot of people are leaving the matrix, moving out of America because it's just becoming too much. The system is crashing. We are in late stage capitalism, and just doing the same old is not going to work. Like the high paying jobs really don't even exist right now. Many of them aren't hiring. There's not that many roles and opportunities out there for how many people need a high paying job that can properly pay them to keep up with the cost of living. And so, again, many people are being priced out of their city or their state or the country as a whole, and it's not sustainable. At this point, it's very difficult to outwork inflation if you. Late stage capitalism is like capitalism is a system that eventually will destroy itself, and we're in that opportunity um, where the system is kind of crashing in on itself. It's not sustainable. You can only exploit people so much before the system collapses on itself. And that's what's happening right now. And yes, Bensley, I definitely would say it's a time for opportunity, which is exactly why I'm going so hard with content because people want to hear real shit. People do. People want to hear about real life. They want real news. The media is crashing. People are getting their news. Media been crashed. People are getting their news from social media, and I already told you guys. Don't you see how what's the other thing? Yes, the BET award shows because people don't even want to watch it. Cable been crashed. Streaming is back, but streaming is doing its thing. But people still crave what authentic content, and we're in a time where it's not about working hard and throwing your back out. It's about owning assets. It's about owning your time. Hi from the UAE. Hello from America. It's about owning your time, owning assets, and again, doing something, creating a community of your own and doing things on your own or linking up with other people who have the same goal as you, because the corporate is not there for you. Corporate is laying you off. Corporate is getting rid of you. You know what I'm saying? If you have skills and you have talent, you need to just go, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do for you and stop letting the system exploit you, because that's what I had to realize. That's what I had to realize. It's like when you have talent, a lot of times, especially the corporate workplace, especially when you have creative talent, the corporate um, the corporate world doesn't reward creative talent much, especially like if you're not in a job like a creative job. And even with that, like corporate just has a way that it works, and it usually doesn't reward the genuine and the authentic. And so if you really want to be free and have control over your talent and really thrive in it, then you're gonna have to, do it on your own. And that could be just you doing it as a hobby, but you're just gonna have to express yourself outside of work. And that's just the nasty reality of it. And people are tired of, again, being constrained. People want what? Truth. They want to live in their truth. They want to receive real news. And that's why I'm here. So there is opportunity out there right now. And you just got to go for it, because corporate is not there for you. Corporate don't give a fuck about you. These jobs don't give a fuck about you. And education has dropped in value so greatly because um because of AI. Again, they don't give a fuck about you going. They haven't even lowered the standards for medical school. What corporate jobs are designed like a machine to be geared to help it all move, yeah. But um, let me think what I was gonna say. With um with AI, right? They don't even want to lower the standards for doctors in medical school. They just want to get rid of doctors completely, which completely eliminates the need for all of that education. If they want AI to help lawyers, again, that keeps lowering the bar for how much you need to study and retain information and how much you need to know things. So we're moving into an era again where the value of education is falling rapidly. And with that being said, if how smart or how much you study doesn't matter, it's going to be again about, can you are you intelligent enough to flip your skills? Can you do what a robot can't do? Can you use your hands? Do you have soft skills, people skills, things of that nature? So yeah, it's the entrepreneur on the rise. You gotta, gotta do what you gotta do, or you gotta like work with the entrepreneur. Small businesses are on the rise, but corporate is on the rise too. I mean, there's still opportunity out there for those who want it, but they definitely are ready to give you UBI, a chip, and a tent or a pod to live in. But a lawyer used ChatGPT and got in trouble because it made its own sources. Yeah, I mean, look, the AI that they're giving us is not there yet. But the AI is definitely there yet. The military and the government have access to technology beyond our imagination. They're baby feeding us to warm us up. They can't, what did Nicki Minaj say? You got to get that shit wet. Get that shit wet first. You can't give it to a dry. Give it to them dry like that. So they're gonna spoon feed you until they warm you up, and then they're next thing you know, bitch, you fucking a robot, and a robot is doing your massage, your neck and your back. What did you say about medical school again? I said that they're lowering. They don't even want people to study. They don't even want to lower the requirements for medical school. They want people to just not go at all because they want robots to replace your ass. Which eliminates the need for what education to do that profession and that job. And that's why I think people need to, if they're gonna go study things, they need to go study. Right, exactly, Mario. And thank you for your service. I highly appreciate that. My mother is a veteran. Um, okay, let me think. That's what I was saying. Would you with medical school, with people now who want to become doctors, they need to go do things like study um again, I think herbal medicine. Go study things that are like less popular. Go study things that AI isn't trying to do. Go study holistic healing and real wellness and health. We're gonna see a rise in that. Um, okay, I also really want to talk about the fall of the CEO. Don't you notice for the last couple of years, CEOs have continued to step down, or now they're just getting straight out pow. Luigi and Mangione murked the United Healthcare CEO, and then there's a lady who used to work for Blackstone who got murked. Now that company Blackstone is responsible for buying single family homes, so it's giving karma. But then the situation happened with like the submarine and like the CEOs. Then it happened with again the Coldplay concert that was clearly a psyop. Like all this stuff with these CEOs, just notice they're falling like dominoes, which is to me is symbolic of the collapse of the system. What do CEOs even do? Nothing. They don't have real jobs. We're seeing the collapse. Like we're seeing the flip. Like the first shall be last, the last shall be first. That's what we're seeing. And the CEOs are a part of that. They are the people who've been at the top, being the real useless eaters, not doing shit, spending most of their time on vacation or in meetings, doing nothing at happy hour events, and you know what I mean? They don't really work. And the people who actually, again, work, who actually have real skills, those people are the ones who are going to, thrive. The CEOs and the people at these corporate desk jobs who don't really do real work, all they do is send emails, they are the ones that are falling off. The tides are turning. That's what we're seeing. The power structure is changing. That's why we're seeing the CEOs pass away. The power structure is changing. Peep that. Peep that. Okay, that's all I have for you today, you guys. Did we have a good live? If you want to talk about something else, let me know. Otherwise, I'm about to go enjoy the rest of my evening. Yes. Elon Musk does bother people. He's demonic. I told you guys, I think he's the Antichrist. And of course he was going to get all that money. I mean, it's all rigged. Like, it's rigged. He pretty much made his own salary. Like, come on. Okay. Anywho, thank you guys who came to this live stream. I had a great time here today. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I hope we had a good show. I enjoyed my time here. I'm wishing you all a great weekend. Hi, Nicholas. I'm wishing you all a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Use rubbers. I cannot wait to come back to you on Tuesday with another live. Remember, I'll be back here Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Time. Other than that, thank you, Mario. Shout out to New York. I love New York. I've been to New York and I thoroughly enjoyed my time in New York. But I appreciate you all for being here. This will be up again for the replay. Go check out the podcast. Follow me on socials. Links in the description of every video. I love you guys. Have a lovely night.